Open your door, I'll be your tenant. Don't got much baggage to lay at your feet, but sweet kisses I've got to spare. I'll be there and I'll cover you. Oh, and when they said you can't find love, now I know you can get. At least you are my love. Oh, my life. How long to discover something as true as this is. Yeah. Suddenly my life doesn't seem such a waste. And I know nothing to hide, no river to find. Singing out this song and I'll be there by your side. Storm clouds may come and skies may cover.
Now, before we start, I'd like to take a moment to remember and acknowledge. As I was saying, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and remember those who are no longer with us. Even though they are not here physically, they are part of the foundation that makes Kyrsti and Tony who they are today. May we always remember our lost loved ones and cherish the memories that will live on in our hearts. Now, on behalf of Kyrsti and Tony, thank you for being here. We are here to celebrate love. And today there will be no dearly beloved, no betrothed, no ancient rhyme with the married. Selfies are included. Today, there are no dead languages to solemnize vows that are very much alive and will remain so for a lifetime. Today, promises become permanent and friends become family. However, this day is not about words spoken or the rings exchanged, nor is it about grand pronouncements or processional marches. This day, the day of Kyrsti and Tony's wedding day, is about love. And to start us off, I would first like to talk about them as individuals. So I've had the honor of growing up with Kyrsti for most of my life and have always admired her independence and ability to think for herself. She is one of the most caring and non-judgmental people I have ever met. She is also one of the strongest women I've ever known and one of the best friends anybody could ever hope for. Although I haven't known Tony as long, I know that he is truly a good human being. He is kind, smart, and very opinionated. When Tony first entered our lives, I was protectively cautious because they seemed like two very different people. For instance, with Kyrsti, I tell a corny joke and she laughs. With Tony, I tell the same joke and the first word that comes out of his mouth is actually. And continues to try and apply logic and reason. Now, I trusted Kyrsti's judgment, of course, and as time went on, Tony no longer became Kyrsti's boyfriend, and instead became Tony, his own person, and became part of the group, part of the family. And I could not be happier. Now, at this time, I would like to invite Mateo up to share Shakespeare's 160 Sonnets.
Hello.
Yay!
Sorry, I'm really nervous. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when alteration finds, or bends with a remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never read, nor no man ever loved.
Apparently he gets a mic and I don't. Now I would like to invite Erica up to share James Kavanaugh's poem entitled "To Love Is Not to Possess."
To love is not to possess, to own or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who we really are, no longer clinging in childish dependency, nor docilely living separate lives in silence. It is to be perfectly oneself and perfectly joined in permanent commitment to another and to one's inner self. Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide in the moon's own predictable harmony. Because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, they are openly free to be who they really are and always secretly were. In the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide.
The love that Kyrsti and Tony share exemplifies the true meaning of love. Individually, they're each strong, intelligent, and have their unique strengths, gifts, and personalities. But together, they are stronger. Together, they complement and amplify each other's qualities and can also help balance each other out when needed. Together, they are an amazing team, without suppressing or taking away from each other's individuality, and that is a rare balance to find. So, when I say that we are here to celebrate love, I mean that we are here to celebrate Kyrsti and Tony, because they are the perfect example of what love represents. They are what love is and marriage is meant for. Marriage is not about money and social standing. It is not about society's ideas of who your prince or princess should be. It is not about gender, sex, or orientation. It is not even about the reacher or the settler or even the olive theory. Okay? Marriage is finding the one person who sees you for who you truly are and loves you unconditionally. It is finding a balance in the chaos. Marriage is a foundation of trust, honesty. It is the safety that you feel each time you are around them. Marriage is about patience and acceptance. It is the determination to be a better person, even when you know they already love you. It is about letting the other person win once in a while, okay? Even if you know you're right. It is the excitement in the little things. Marriage is about the best friendship you will ever have and the desire to spend the rest of your lives together. Exciting stuff, right? Now, originally, this was the part of the ceremony where we were going to have Kyrsti and Tony give their vows, but we decided to save the best for last. So, at this time, I would like the rings, please.
But for real.
Now, a wedding ring is such a simple concept. However, the meanings that these rings have are endless and symbolize your commitment to this relationship. A simple circle can begin at any place in time, but it will never have an end. And as you place these symbols on each other's fingers, it signifies that there shall be no end to your marriage, and there shall be no end to the happiness that you will both share. Every day for the rest of your lives, anytime you write a letter, anytime you wash your hands or reach out for each other, it will remind you of the great love that you share and the wonder that the person standing in front of you loves you just as much as you love them. So when you place these rings on each other's fingers, wear them with love and with honor. Yeah, that's technically it's on the left finger, not on the right finger.
You know what we're talking about, guys, right?
Now, we shall celebrate this union, and as it is symbolized through the lighting of the unity candle. Excuse me, ladies. Yes. The unity candle ceremony is a beautiful symbolic representation of a couple's joining in marriage. Kyrsti and Tony, the two individual candles represent your separate lives, separate families, separate friends. Please light the separate candles first, and then when signaled, you will together light the center. There's some hardcore layers. The individual candles represent your lives before today. Lighting the center candle represents your two lives being joined as one. Go ahead. Notice that the flames burn brightest when both candles are participating, cooperating, and present. A marriage is like that. Be forever present for one another, shining light and beauty. Kyrsti and Tony, each time you light a candle from this day forward, in whatever traditions you create, remember this day, this moment in time. Carry on, be careful. Now, Kyrsti and Tony have also chosen to incorporate hand fasting in their wedding ceremony today. Hand fasting is a declaration where the couple clearly states their intentions for this relationship. For this ceremony, the hands can be bound with whatever is chosen, vines, colorful cords, a scarf, and today we will be using this scarf here that was made by Tony's mother to celebrate and symbolize the binding of promises.
Okay, well, you're already holding each other's hands, but would you cross hands for a moment? Make an eternity infinity sign first.
No, just your arms.
Good job. You're doing a fantastic job. Then, I will first give you just a few words. These are the hands that will passionately love and cherish you throughout the years for a lifetime of happiness. These are the arms that will comfort you in illness and hold you when grief racks your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears off your face, whether it's from sorrow or happiness. These are the arms that will hold you tight as you struggle through difficult times. These are the arms that will give you support and encourage you to chase your dreams, because together, anything that you work for can be achieved. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you. Hands that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. Now you may take your left, your right.
Oh, my bad. There we go.
There we go. Didn't practice that. Kyrsti, will you love Tony without reservation?
Absolutely.
Tony, will you love Kyrsti without reservation? Will you be each other's constant friend and one true love? Yes. Tony, will you be honest, open, and faithful to Kyrsti? Kyrsti, will you be honest, open, and faithful to Tony? And will you, to the best of your ability, protect each other from harm? First binding is made. Kyrsti, will you share in Tony's hopes and dreams and support him throughout his endeavors? Tony, will you share in Kyrsti's hopes and dreams and support her throughout her endeavors? Will you together dream of new hopes to create realities for this marriage? Tony, will you share in her laughter? Kyrsti, will you share in his laughter?
More often than not.
Will you both look for the brightness and the positive in each other, even if it seems impossible? So the second binding is made. Kyrsti, will you honor and respect Tony as an equal in this union? And Tony, will you honor and respect Kyrsti as an equal in this union? Will you both seek to cherish and strengthen that honor? Kyrsti, do you acknowledge that you will make mistakes at some point?
Yeah.
But that your intentions will always be pure and that your love will never lessen? I love that you were so eager to say yeah.
You want to get that?
Tony, do you acknowledge that you will make mistakes at some point, but that your intentions will always be pure and that your love will never lessen? Alright. Kyrsti and Tony, will you both share in each other's pain and always seek to ease it? So, final binding. You're gonna want to do things first. So
final binding to me. Can't let go now. And so the other vow has been made. Sorry, the final binding. The knots of this binding are not formed by the material, but instead by your promises today. For always you hold in your hands the fate of this relationship. Kyrsti and Tony, as your hands are bound together, so your lives and souls are joined in a union of love and trust. Okay, that's the good stuff now. Kyrsti and Tony, today your wedding day is one singular day in time. And although the vows that you are about to exchange are spoken in a matter of moments, they are promises that will last a lifetime. All right, so do you, Tony, welcome Kyrsti as your wife, offering her your adoration and encouragement, your trust and respect as you create your future together?
I do.
Do you promise to be a companion to her in all her successes and failures, her happiness, her sadness, to always give her your unwavering support, and above all else, the freedom to be Kyrsti, always loving her with all your heart until the end of your forever?
I do.
And do you, Kyrsti, welcome Tony as your husband, offering him your adoration and encouragement, your trust and respect as you create your future together?
I do.
And do you promise to be a companion to him in all of his successes and failures, his happiness and his sadness, to always give him your unwavering support, and above all else, the freedom to be Tony, always loving him with all your heart until the end of your forever?
I do.
All right, well, by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you partners in life. Kiss her.
Dinner will be served back in the ballroom at approximately 7:30.